This week on Talk of the Town, we have the Mayor's monthly message and details on this year's Memorial Day event. We feature a local vendor who can help you get starts for your garden and is a part of this year's Farmers Market series. Most importantly, we have highlights and interviews with the state softball champs. Each month, the Mayor's message covers important topics. This week, Mayor Lyle Holmgren provides updates on the progress and plans for Midland Square and Main Street. Since this interview, Tree Mountain City Council agreed they wanted to have a plan for Main Street to go along with Midland Square. While Midland Square will be funded through a grant and already budgeted funds, the project must be completed by December. This week, the council further discussed numbers and potential plans for making progress on Main Street as well.
We had 5 bidders who are willing to come in and revitalize Midland Square. We selected the low bid, and it'll go to the city council. If it approves the bidder, the contractor, will start construction shortly after that. We're really excited about it. There's going to be some real improvements. I know that some of the veterans are very concerned about what's going to happen to the Veterans Memorial. We're actually going to expand that along the west side. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go in, the Borgstrom Memorial, all of the names and all of that kind of thing will stay the same. But what we're going to do is going to change the flat work. So it'll match the rest of the flat work, and the rest of it'll all look the same. We're going to add an extra flagpole for the new branch of the military, the Space Force. So there'll be we'll have to realign the flagpoles and make sure that they look really good and everything. That'll be the one change that'll happen to the memorial.
Yeah. Little statue of kids playing there. Is there plans to move that somewhere different?
We're going to move that over to the west side of the square, and it'll be nice. It'll sort of be this memorial to the families who have lost service members, the families that were lost, the future families that were lost. It's just sort of a recognition of what could have been. For example, the loss of the 4 Borgstrom brothers. Gunda made the comment one time that I'll never be able to hold those babies, their babies. I'll never be able to watch them grow up. Yeah. And that was the idea of the kids on the log, the kids growing up. The veterans are an important part of our community. We want to recognize those who have sacrificed. And we want to be able to expand that. We've got the names of all of those who have served. And by the way, if you're from this valley and your name is not listed on there, you need to let us know so that we can update those lists and make sure that they're current. But what we want to do is we want to expand the memorial, and in there will be some additional, I think the veterans want to put in a battle cross, which is the gun with the helmet on it and the dog tags and that kind of thing. A memorial to the families who have lost service members, and then there'll be some other things too. So we want to expand the veterans part of it.
Yeah. And along those lines, recently, I know it was renamed last fall sometime, but it's officially happened at the Capitol with the renaming of the highway.
We had the opportunity of going down, and Governor Cox wanted to make sure that we had a ceremonial signing. It had already been done, but he wanted to make it something special for the family and for our community. So we went down to Memory Grove in Salt Lake City, and we had the opportunity to witness the ceremonial signing, which was really cool, and then had the opportunity of just being there with members of UDOT and with the governor's office, with some very special people. It was a very, very special experience. The first sign that you probably would notice is just west of the crossroads. on the north side of the road. The other one is on the other end of Highway 102 in Penrose.
And so back to Midland Square, besides the veteran side of it, what are going to be some of the resources or amenities that make that square better?
Well, it'll be, first of all, one of the problems with Midland Square is it was the landscaping was so uneven that it was really hard to utilize the full area. So the biggest thing that's going to happen is it's going to be flattened out. And then there's going to be infrastructure put in, power and water, new lighting. The lights that are over there now, I don't think they work anymore. A couple of them have been actually fallen down. So it's time to put in some new lighting. And then some power pedestals around so that if we have an activity, they'll have power. There will be restrooms. In talking to the Main Street Committee and people, that is one of the areas that they really wanted. And we don't have any place like that. We don't have a public restrooms downtown.
I know Main Street is a lot of talk for people. The trees have come down. It is more open and wide, but people are looking for improvements. What are going to be some of the steps and time frame?
And we all are looking for improvements. So we're working through the process with architects and landscape planners, and we're kind of coming up with a plan so that we can come back with, in a nutshell, we'll come back with new lighting, new modern street lighting, potentially with hanging baskets on them, but we want to put in permanent planters as well. And new sidewalk. The reason why we had to take out the trees is because we got to come back in and we got to put in the infrastructure. Trees have got to go. And I know a lot of people are really sad about that, but they were, a lot of them were diseased, and a lot of them were causing property damage to some of the merchants' buildings and that kind of thing. So it was time for the trees to come out. We have the sidewalks are very narrow compared to other places like Brigham City or whatever. They have wider sidewalks, so there's more room to work with. With our narrow sidewalks, we may have to look at other ways of providing color and that kind of thing to the downtown area.
Yeah. And I know a lot of behind the scenes a lot of things take time, but what's kind of the hope or plan that people could start seeing some things come to fruition?
So we're going through the budget right now, and we've got money tucked away for the beginning of Main Street. What we're kind of waiting on is we're waiting on the planners and those who are involved in trying to decide how to put this in. We're sort of waiting on them to come back with a plan that we can go with. We're relying quite heavily on the Main Street Committee to come up with help us with the plan and coming up with a theme for downtown. We're working on this, and hopefully, I don't know that we'll be doing anything with it before the county fair. We don't want to be all tore up during the county fair, which is their 100th year.
Yeah.
So this is a very special time for them. So we want to make sure we don't have things tore up. Sometime maybe next year, that we really realistically begin doing something about Main Street.
Okay. And with the trees gone, you can see a lot more of what's available downtown, more of the businesses.
Yeah.
But along those lines, you notice some of the beat up facades. I know there's been talk of facade grants. What's kind of the plan there?
That's all part of that.
Okay.
That's all part of that, what we're trying to work out. So the facade grants and encouraging the merchants and the property owners of the downtown, they can see now that there's some of them need to be upgraded and made better. We're all just sort of in a holding mode right now to see what is going to come about with the form-based code and some of these other things that are being planned right now.
And you guys have been very busy, lots of meetings talking about the budget.
Yeah.
This year's been a little different in how your administrators have brought it towards you to kind of let the council have more involvement in those decisions with the department heads. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, we've had several long sessions now. The council's taking a little more of a role in the process, and as a result of all of that, the council's learning. We've got some new members on the council, and so everybody's sort of learning this new way of doing things. But we've listened to the department heads, had them come in, and they've shared with us their capital needs and the areas we need to work on. For example, in our parks area, we're really short on park space in Tremont, and we've got lots to do there in order to sort of bring ourselves up to speed with the amount of park space that we need in our community. Those are all decisions that the council's weighing right now, and just like everybody's budget, there's always more need and more than we have funding for sometimes. So we have to figure out what is the best use of that funding and the highest and best use. And that's sort of what the council's working on right now.
Yeah, and with the parks, I know it's hard because you look at the needs and it's easy to see like police and fire are very critical to life functions. But I know Zach Lefevre has made a good point as to like what quality of life we want to have here for mental, social, and getting out and everything. So parks, although it has kind of been kicked down the road, now is the time. It's behind on the services. You mentioned a possible sports complex, and then there's some parks in the works on different areas of the town.
Yeah, we have some area out on the west side of town. We have some, we're going to be improving the Jeannie Stevens area. Hopefully we can improve the parking over there because it's so heavily used. There's area in the River's Edge. I think there's another 5-acre parcel there that we will be working on. So we have several locations that we need to work on. We just need to come up with the funding and everything to do that. And, so we're looking at other sources of funding that could possibly help with the recreation and parks. And so we're looking at all different ways to, stretch our funding to make things like the parks come to fruition.
Be sure to attend your local meetings and watch these weekly updates to stay in the know. Also, fill out Tremontton's Community Needs Assessment to provide your input for the future of Tremonton. Each May, we honor those who serve in the military and have sacrificed so much for the freedoms we enjoy. A ceremony will be held on Monday, May 26 at 9 a.m. at the Tremonton Riverview Cemetery. Representative Scott Sandel will be speaking.
Hi, I'm David Fiddler. We're from Ammonite Farms over here in East Garland area. These are two of my sons, my oldest and my youngest, Joseph and John, and they're kind of my labor force working. We start off the year doing plant starts. Then as the production gets going, we'll start selling produce. We do sell eggs, and we do sell some freeze-dried produce as well as freeze-dried eggs, so people can have eggs when the chickens aren't producing. It's actually quite good. I mean, once you reconstitute it, it's the same as, scrambled eggs would be otherwise. If I could mix up some for you, you'd never know the difference between that and fresh eggs. And freeze-dried produce, as long as the packaging isn't compromised, will last 20 to 25 years. What we've got now are tomato starts. I've got cherry tomatoes. I've got 3 varieties of paste tomatoes. I've got San Marzanos, which are the really big paste tomatoes. They're very low in seed, so if you like making sauces and stuff, that's a really excellent variety. I've also got Monicas, which are a determinate, which means they only grow to a certain point, and they produce pretty much all at once, and then they're done. So about 60, 70 days down, once you plant them, you get your production, and that works well for people who just want to get it done versus have it linger on through the whole season. If you want them through the whole season, the other varieties are what you want to do. I also have an Amish paste, which is a little bit smaller, but they produce quite bountifully, very well. The first couple of weeks we're going to be throughout the summer, all the way into the fall. First couple of weeks we basically end up just plant starts. So I'll probably be having like the melons, the cantaloupe, the cucumber, squash, and I'll have some of those starts here in 2 weeks. And so we'll be pushing those, and then any tomatoes that we still have that can go. We also do the eggs. Chicken's producing quite well, so have plenty of fresh eggs. And my chickens are all free range. They roam around the yard eating all the bugs and all this stuff that way throughout the summer. Keeps the grasshoppers down. And then if I start getting a big batch of eggs, start piling up, I'll run them through the freeze dryer. So I've got the freeze dried eggs. Unlike the stuff you get in the store, mine are pure eggs, so you don't get anything but egg in it. And then just through the summer, it's just depending upon what I have that's producing at that time, is what I'll have for sale. But it'll probably get a little thin, going into June. Not much other than eggs and a few things that way, but later in the summer, as the garden starts producing more, I'll have more of that produce for sale. And then we'll probably hit up pretty heavily in the September, October is when a lot of stuff is really hitting hard. Should have watermelons, some squash, cucumbers, stuff like that. I do have business cards. If you come by, I'll give you a business card and you can contact me. And I'd prefer doing it that way, because then you can find out what I've got fresh and give me a text or call me, and we'll pick it fresh for you, and you can come by and pick it up from us. Part of what I do is I'm recently graduated from second bachelor's from USU in agricultural studies, focusing on from the garden to small farm, so to become a consultant. And I'm currently working on my master's at USU as well. So that way, if you have any questions or any issues, need help figuring out how to get started, want to do homesteading or just get into agriculture, give me a call.
Talk of the Town is made possible by supportive sponsors who love our community. Show your love by supporting them today.
Couple few passes and a quick shot. Emma Kears. Quick passes. Into the middle. Kierstead with another goal. Claire drives in. Here's a shot. Stopped here by Lolly and Hers, being the leading scorer. Splits the defense this time. Moves inside. And a goal. Lolly Wise in the cage here for Bear River. And that's going to be a save. Pass over to the middle. Here's a shot and a goal. And over the pass in the middle. Here's a shot and a goal. Brooklyn. And Brooklyn Braille with her second. Went back to possession inside. There's a shot and a goal. And off here to Wilkinson. She'll go around the crease and a shot and a goal. First one. Shelby in the middle. Here's a shot and a goal. Well, this quarter it's been all Bear River. Here's a shot and a goal there by between the pipes. Shot no good. The rebound put back here by Elf off the ground. And just a quick answer back. Goes inside, attacks the crease, a shot, a goal. Kierstead with a quick pass. Brooklyn with a shot and a goal. Wilkinson, quick pass to the middle, and a shot here for him. Moves to the middle, here's a shot and a goal.
You guys continue your winning streak even throughout the playoffs. Just what were you happy to see today, and how do you think that prepares you guys for the next step?
Coming in today, we knew it was going to be a battle. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. It's extremely hard. And the fact of the matter is, Skyview's probably given us some of our toughest competition defensively this year. And I'm here to tell you, it was as advertised. I knew they were going to come in. Our girls just had to settle in. When physicality hit, our girls responded so well and just said, you know what, you punch us in the face, we're going to do it right back, and I love it.
And as you mentioned, you knew it was going to be a tough one. It was a slower start than we have seen in our coverage. It was 2-1 in that first quarter. What allowed you guys to turn things, kick up the turbo and be able to get the final score that you had?
Honestly, it was just one of those things where I think they came amped out. They had played them twice, and they kind of thought they made some good adjustments on their defensive side. And when we went in 2-1 at the first quarter, we also made a few adjustments just to kind of counter it, and it worked. And as you see, like Shelby got her 400th point on the season, and her and Janine started killing it on the backside from X, and which opened up everyone else to get involved in the game. And I think that was the biggest difference. They just started having patience and trusting in one another like we have always done.
And so on Tuesday, you guys are going to take on the winner of Canyon View or Provo. Do you have a preference there, or what can we expect on Tuesday?
I don't really have a preference. I really just think our girls just need to do what they do. They need to come in, play their ball, and we'll be just fine. We will.
And so this will wrap up our coverage for you guys. KSL is going to have it down there. Any last remarks you want to make about this year's team or your seniors?
Coming in, we knew we were going to be young. We're very young. But like I told the girls since October when we started doing our open gyms a little bit, we have the potential of being the most potent offense we've ever had at Bear River, and that's saying something. And it has been the most potent offense we've ever seen. We're averaging just over 30 points per game, and the closest we've ever been was 26. So kudos to them to learn to play together as a team, as a cohesive unit. Defense stepped up. We've only allowed just under 3 points a game, and I can't ask any more from them. Just hope we keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
So ladies, another big win for you guys. It started a little slow, a little unexpected for us in the 2-1 in the first quarter. What do you think helped you guys pick up that and be able to have the finish that you did?
I think one thing that helped us a lot was on the draw. I feel like all of our middies were giving it their 100%, and it picked up really good, and then we got the ball up.
And then Kerrigan, what do you guys plan to do to continue this momentum? You got another big one on Tuesday. Canyon View or Provo is who you're going to take on. How do you guys plan to continue that?
We're just going to practice hard on Monday, push each other, keep working hard.
And you guys all know you guys are going for that four-peat. That would put a title for you as a senior all 4 years. Does that put some pressure on you, or is this excitement?
There definitely is a lot of pressure, but as we've talked about this whole entire year, pressure is a privilege. Only winners have pressure. And so we're trying to just soak up every bit of joy the last of this season and just work our hardest to get that fourth.
And then Kirsten, for you guys, this is your final, obviously you've got another year, but final home game of this season. What's that feel like? And to know that you're going to be losing players like Wilkinson and Kerrigan and Lolly.
It's sad. I feel like I've grown up with them and like multiple sports I played with them, and I feel like next year we have a lot of young people coming, but I think it's going to be great, and I'm excited to see them and what they do in college.
Alan, Coach has just been said how you're kind of that silent leader. You've really just stepped up. You take care of business. What's that been like to be able to be such an asset for this year's team?
I just love it. I love lacrosse. I love coming every day. I like playing with the defense, and I just try to give it my all every day.
And then Kerrigan, I know we talked to you on senior night. You didn't quite get that goal you wanted, but you got it today. How's it feel to have that on your last home game on this field?
Pretty good. I get told to never really shoot there, but it works every time. So.
And then as far as scoring, Wilkinson, we know you've been a big asset with that. 400 for your high school career. You hit that today. 83 goals on this season. What's that feel like?
It feels so amazing. Obviously, I'm so grateful for all my teammates and coaches that helped me get there. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to even get to close to 400 points without the girls that I assist to. So just their execution helps me execute. So.
You're going to be our player of the game today. 4 goals. And like you guys always say, just great team effort in what you guys do. Tell me about today's game.
I feel like we just knew we had to come out and bring our all. I feel like, especially Skyview, they knew they've never beaten Bear River, and I feel like they really want to do it this year. And so it's just okay, I just have to bring in my all, just work hard, and yeah.
And along those lines, I'm sure there's a lot of teams out there thinking if we could just take out Bear River early, not even let them get there. So again, that pressure, what does that do for you guys?
Again, like Shelby said, pressure is a privilege, and it's just amazing to feel like people watching us. If we could just stop them, then we'll be good. But nobody's gonna stop us. We're gonna go all the way. So yeah.
And then what's the plan next week as you guys continue on to try to get that 4-peat? What's gonna be the plan there? What can we expect?
I think just today, moving the ball, smart passes, smart choices, and working together as a team.
Inside wide, Reed will push him back. Pass going incomplete, cleaned up. Look at a shot. Another save here by Tyler Owen. Good spin move. Here's a shot. Good look and a good save here by Tyler Owen. Straightens it back out. Here's a shot. Tucker Nielsen with the first goal. Avery with a good move. On a swim. Spins inside. Gets in close. Shot up and in. Cash Avery. Nixon with another try and another save here by Tyler. First offensive possession here for Bear River. And going to make the most of it. Nixon low. Gets an August from him. Van Tassel and Wilkinson fighting for it. Preston Wilkinson back. Tyas on a drive. Gets past the defense and sneaks out. Lincoln White. Back over to Nielsen. Pass the shot. The goal. Here. Nielsen gets free. Works inside. Straight away, Cash Avery. That's Butler with it. For the pass and a shot. Let's break here. Carson Brown, quick pass. Wilkinson gets the hat trick. And it's back over. Here to Avery. He's looking for a hat trick and he'll get it right there. Cats looking for a fast break, but denied. Trying to fight his way in there, and a shot blocked again here by Bear River. Will lose it and then knock loose here. Ty Hess scooping it up and a shot. Ty Hess quick into the middle, trying to make that turn. Not easily, but Preston Wilkinson. Giving off here to Ty Hess in the middle, off an assist here from Nelson. Ty Hess. Tempest with a pass. Jesse Bowden with the shot. Stop here by far side. This is Peterson with a quick pass and a save here by Tyler Owen. Nielsen with a shot and a goal. Tucker Nielsen answers. Avery with a shot and a goal.
Coach, so you're new to this team, you're new to this program, you come in, and this is the farthest Bear River's ever been in the season. How does that feel bringing this team?
Amazing, and it's 100% coaches and the players. They want it, and that, again, that's just the difference this year is they want it, they believe in each other, trust each other, and by golly, did they do it today. It was phenomenal.
Yes, they did, especially somebody who showed out really hard today was Tyler Owen. He had a hurt ankle, and then he got doctor's leave, and he came back for the playoffs. What can we talk about with him?
Nope, he's our cornerstone, 100%. Yeah, I mean, just that last week without him, our team was off, right? And so we knew with him coming back, brought the fire that we needed defensively and throughout the whole team. And he's just, like I say, he's our cornerstone. He's everything to us, and it's amazing to see it.
Last time we played Skyview, it was a very different turnout. What did you have to do in practices and in the last few games to prepare, especially for Skyview?
No, fundamentals is key, patience, right? We're just telling them to play their game. We were not playing Bear River lacrosse, and today you saw it, right? They made that decision in their mind. I got to focus. I want to play. I want to win. And gosh, they did it. And that was just it. Like, they know what they need to do. They played lacrosse. I didn't have to play calls and tell them what to do. We told them to do it, their job, and they did it. And that was awesome. Just what I want to see. The less I have to do, the better. So.
Yes, definitely. It was very good lacrosse IQ out there. And you could see the boys were also having fun, cheering each other on. It was amazing. So we're not for sure on who we're going to play next. What do we have to expect for each different team?
It just gets tougher and tougher every game we play. And it's, again, just reminding the boys that they can compete as long as they stay composed and be patient and trust themselves. Well, here we come, championship, here we come. So they believe in themselves and they play like they did today. We'll see you championship Friday.
Okay, Ty, so you had an amazing game tonight. You really came out and you showed up and you helped your team get 4 goals. How does that feel?
It's really great, especially to show up in a playoff game like this. Really needed it.
Yes, definitely. It is one of the farthest you guys have been in the playoffs. How does it feel to help lead your team farther into the playoffs?
Feels great. We just have such a good offense, great team chemistry. It's awesome.
Is there anything you really need coming into the next few games?
Just keep this up.
Yes, thank you, Ty. Okay, Tyler, you're a senior. You actually got hurt and then came back for the playoffs. What did you have to do to come back?
Dude, I did a lot of stretching, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of little writing my ABCs, writing my name and all that stuff. But it took a lot of work, but I'm so glad to be back. And we're playing on it, so that's a good sign, right?
Yes, for sure, and we're definitely glad to have you back because without you on the last Skyview game, it was a very different turn of events. And you're a senior coming into the playoffs. What do we have to do to go farther into the playoffs and hopefully be there on Championship Friday?
So we came out super hot in this game, incredibly hot offense and defense, especially on face-offs. Our wings were playing fantastic at the beginning. And then towards the third quarter, we let up a lot and gave them back the momentum. We just got to be able to get the momentum to start and then maintain a straight line while continuing to get it, right?
Yes, for sure. I love the graph movement you have there. So as the goalie, you're seeing the whole field. Is there anything especially you want to see from certain parts of the team better?
I can't say anything bad about my team, man. Like, everyone has worked so hard, and it is a team sport, obviously, and together is the only way that we've gotten this far. There's not one person on this team that needs to do more than the other. As a team, we need to get better.
Yes, definitely. You guys are playing great team ball, and it's showing on the field. Thank you so much, Tyler. Okay, Tucker, you are our player of the game. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I mean, to show up in the playoffs and just pick it up and figure it out, it feels great.
Yes, definitely. And you actually started some of the momentum for this team today. What do you have to do to prepare for games like this and then start the momentum in this game?
You know, we hit practice every day. We take it a little lighter before games just so we're not injuring ourselves in practice. And we just got to keep the intensity in practice that we're having at games so that we can have practice transition over to the games.
Yes, for sure. You're also on the robotics team, so you're splitting these practices. How is that going?
It's going really well. We actually just finished up our robotics season, went to Worlds, got back literally Friday last week when we played Skyview, so that was a little difficult because I had to get home from the airport and come straight to the Skyview game. I had 2 goals. I mean, I did all right, but it definitely took a little bit because I got sick out in Dallas and I came back. So it's really easy now just because we finished up robotics and I can put full force into the lacrosse playoffs.
Yes, for sure. And how did you guys do in Worlds for robotics?
We did all right. You know, there's about 840 teams at Worlds, and you've got 10 divisions, 83 teams in a division, and we placed about 34th, I think, in our division. So we placed like top 50% in our division, so we did pretty well.
Wilson and Aoki.
This one shot right back at her off the leg, gonna be scooped up and out at first.
Right, Wilson.
Delivery, swung on a miss and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. Swing and a miss and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. There's another one, and this one popped up and into the gap. That'll put one on here for Bear River. This off speed going to be hit into the gap. Will roll the fence. And everybody's safe. Stand. Get out to center field and caught.
Oh, they're both advancing.
Runner will tag up and score a run. Shot down the line. Tire with the play over to Tisdale for out number 1. Concrete. And a 3-pitch strikeout for Kaylin Wilson. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be a Frank May strikeout for out number 3.
That is sick good. They'll be good next year and the next year and the next year.
Popped up, and Lucy Roach back behind the pole will get out number 1. Back at her again this time. Ready for it. Sends it over to Douglas for out number 2, but safe at first. Do a little poke out there in left field. It's a runner on here for Bear River.
Right, that's a great hit just in the gap right there.
Lamont gets a hit right back at her. Douglas will jog over to first. Solid single as this one's through there. The 1-1. Pounded out to left field and over.
She puts it out.
Broadcasts here for the game 1. Good fielding. Swung on a miss and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. That's a Destrius. And a swing and a miss here for another Frank Maskadoo strikeout. Round number 3. Little poke. Gonna go drop in fair territory. Saw that one right before it disappeared. Another one popped up high and semi-tired for round number 1 in foul territory. Shot out here to Boston Lish. There she comes up with it.
Jersey on.
This one out to right field. And with it being a little wet, doesn't bother. Kendall with the 3-1 right up the middle and sent back the other way and over the fence.
Oh.
Marley Tisdale ties this one up. 3. Nielsen with a heart. just kind of a check swing is going to get a Spring Skidoo strike at out number 1. Now with the 0-2 swung on, and Tyre able to dig this one out of the mud and sent over to Tisdall for the pitch, and Lucy Roach with hard hit, taking a bad bounce, hit for Ridgeline, and runner on. 1-2 here from Wilson, swung on and missed. So Frank Skidoo strike out for out number 1. Good hit, and it's stolen away here by Kendall Archibald. We'll chop her back over to Wilson. The toss to Tisdall for out number 3. Smack down.
It's going to be close.
And the throw not going to be in time as that one hits hard off. That one's right down the middle, and that one will get past and score. Lady Bears will take on Payson. Kevin with a pitch right down Broadway, but it's popped up high. Bella Douglas underneath it for the first out here in this one. Pops this one center field. Aubrey Fry for out number 2. Two from Wilson, swung on, foul off again.
Sammy's tracking it.
Going into the dugout with it.
And she has it.
Coming out with it, and they call it an out. Strings this one out. Looking for a Texas leaguer, and it'll drop.
Oh.
Sends this one. And the third baseline, and bases are going to be loaded. Throw off the mark. Runners will stay at third, rather, but Marley will stand up on second. Smacking, it's going to go not past the shortstop. Good infield play. Scores a run. Throw down a second, and that'll score a run here for Bear River.
So again.
Back to the delivery, and Christensen sends this one over to Douglas for out number 1. Wilson with the pitch, and a Frank Skidoo strikeout for out number 2. This one fouled back. And caught here by Ali Oki for out number 3.
Kind of a chopper down the middle.
Good enough for a single here for Bella Douglas. 1 out, 1 off. Man, shot right back at Staley. Well, you're going to find out. One goes across, and they just cycle through. Bella Douglas scores a run. Another little chopper that'll get through. Score another run here for Bear River.
2 will come in. 2
will come in. Runners on the corners after the dust settles. That one will be a Frank Skidoo strike out here for. Strings this one out in right field, and Kendall Archibald.
Right.
She sends this one back the other way, and Lucy Roach. 2. Gail Miller field, and good stretch. It's not in the glove.
As you said, number 4, Lucy Roach.
Runner's gonna go get down. There's your new course steal for Aubrey. Strings this one out. Yeah, will not drop. Aubrey Fry with the catch. Wilson now with the 2-2. Swung on. Callahan hits this one deep. And then stole. Popped up high. Douglas underneath it. Will strand a runner on. Straightens this one out though, gets another gap. Gamble having a good at bat here in this game. This one with the delivery. This one hit, and Douglas!
That's
still a 1-2. Swung on a miss, and there's your Frank Skidoo strikeout. 1-0 swung on, and we'll get through into the right field.
Sends this one up center left.
And we'll get to the bracket.
Nice shot again to right field.
And just like she did in the first region 11, this one popped up, and Lucy Roach will come to get out number 1. Gardner wants it, reaches, and that'll be the first Frank Maskadoo strikeout here for the pitch. Will get on a chasing and a little poke out there and straightens this one out center field, and it is 2-run shot. Bear River will score. Gets this one on the end of the bat into the gap. Straightened out, and it looks like everything's going over. Shell's bunt. Send back over to Wilson. I'll get the out over. There's another one, but this one pops up, and Aoki will get out. This one will be 0-2. And a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. Aoki likes this one, pops this one up, and everybody getting called off, and that's going to drop. And this one goes into the gap.
Right, not much different than where she was.
This one popped up high. And up. She'll go that way this time. Lucy digs it out of the ground. Back, brings it right back out. And a beautiful bunt. Move the runner over to second with another 2-2. This one swung on deep on left field and caught by the center. Campbell will find a hole in the deep. This one sent down the line. Gonna be a nice little poke there, and that stays fair. All popped up and tired. Sends this one out center field. Aubrey Fry will get that one. Sends this one high out right field. Kendall pitch out. And that one will get past. Tisdale gives back the lead to Bear River.
Varsity play this year behind the plate.
And that one through the gap.
Oh, they're going to...
After giving 2 runs back after taking a lead, but man... And a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. That'll be number... Green with another swing and a miss. And that'll be a first Frank Maskadoo strikeout. Okay, with the pitch. This one popped up high. Tie underneath it. And she will catch this one.
Aubrey gets one more chance. And Kendall Archibald.
From West. Shot into the gap. We'll roll out to... And she wastes no time, puts it right in the same spot. 2 on here for Bear River with only 1 out. Bella Douglas wasn't with the pitch, swung on and missed here by Sparks at a Frank and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. Was with another one and a Frank Maskadoo strikeout. Sits on. Boston sends this one center field. Allen will get over. It's the West. Sent out hard. Right field gonna be over. Score run. Just behind. Trying to get back into this one. Another one pitched out. And they do not get Aubrey Fry. She gets back. Another pitch here by West, and this one will get over. Crushed out here in the left field. Back to the fence, but a snag here by Boston Lish. Here from Wilson, swung on. A little slow roll over to Marley Tisdale. So with the pitch, Wybright straightens this one out over to Boston Lish. Left down.
Oh!
That's not what you want to have. We'll do with the pitch. This one in the gap. A little Texas leaguer to get 2 on there for Bear River.
You never know.
This one gonna get through. Load the bases up. And that's gonna be Frank Maskadoo strikeout looking. Now a 2-2. And a Frank Maskadoo strikeout looking again. And a Frank Maskadoo.
Oh,
and
check swing.
Goes for a bunt and the throw off the mark. Over to Spence. And a Frank Maskadoo strikeout here for Caitlin. Popped up high center field. Aubrey Fry underneath it. And this one through a gap.
Right up the middle. Kind of putting it in that same spot.
This one hit gets through tire. Go out ahead. Swing and a miss and a frame. Makes good strikeout. Fiddler with another pitch. This one shot down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. Lucy Roach will be on first here for Bear River. Swings this one out through the gap. Popped up high, playable. And look at that web jam. Golden Spike. Power. And another one that's hit and just dies. Lee pops this one up. Playable again here for Ali Aoki. And that here in the first at bat, she'll pop this one over to shortstop. Bella Douglas over here to Tisdale for out number 1. Swinging a miss and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout here for Caitlin Will. 2 outs and 1 on. Crushes this one out to Boston Lish in the left field. Underneath it and out number 3.
Trying to push her around.
This one popped up. Gonna stay short. And Marley Tisdale in foul territory. Swinging a miss and a Frank. Swinging a miss and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout back to back. With another delivery. This one sent out left field. And gonna fall in between 2 players. 2 count. Swinging a miss and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout here for Caitlin.
He's headed to Southern Nevada.
Crushes this one center field. Aubrey Fry going back. Will make the catch for out number 2. And a Frank Mascadoo strikeout will strand Bailey. Where's gonna go? Ringo gets down at the throw. Either way, there was 2 strikes on. Let's see. Sierra with a take and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout. West with the payoff. Hit back. Ringo will scoop this one up. Send it over to first. Make the throw. Douglas already open.
2 outs.
Good hit out.
Great shot.
Up and over Ringle. Wilson with the 1-1. Swung on. Hit high out in right field. Shallow right field. Lucy Roach will go out in foul territory. Grab that one quickly. Here's the pitch. Taken for a Frank Mascadoo strikeout. Wilson with the pitch. Swung on a miss and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout. The 2-2 swung on. Out to Aubrey Fry. Center field for round number 1. This one shot over to Douglas on a hop. Sends this one over to Tisdale for round number 2. Wilson with the pitch. Swung on a miss and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout. West again popping this one up high, playable. Bella Douglas chases that one out there. And a Frank Mascadoo strikeout. That'll be number 11 here for. Nice hit out here, left center. And what a catch here by Boston. Shot over here to Bella Douglas. Fills it cleanly over to Marley Tisdale from Wilson. They're going to take the run away. They make the tag out. This one. Hit over. Good play. They got her out. Shows bump. Pops up short. Ali Aoki. Wilson with the pitch. Swung on a miss first. Frank Mascadoo strikeout. Wilson with the pitch. Swung on a miss and a Frank Mascadoo strikeout. Strands the runners on. That's a good one here. All the way to the wall.
Right, that's a beautiful. Next up, first baseman Tisdale.
Roach. Strands this one out. Bella Douglas underneath it. Round number 1. 1-2. Popped up. Douglas calls everybody off and Hell Strand out rally in this one. Hit well. Up and over the infield. Tyre. What's with another one? This one hit and a little trouble with it. Here on Ringle to throw. He's going to get. Pops this one up high. Something you don't want to have happen. Foul territory. Ali Aoki gets one out. This one with the 2-1. Hit out. Boston Lish charging it up. We'll catch that one. Runner will stay here at third.
Got dropped between Sammy and
Softly hit the play at first, and Marley Tisdale with
the Bears. Lemon Gamble.
Not wasting any time. Sending this one to the wall. Goes bunt and crashing on it. 13. Little soft roller over to Lucy Roach. The throw in time for round number 3. She'll send this one left field. Back. Almost to the track for Boston. Deep hit out left field. And almost another collision, but Aubrey Fry sent it about the same spot. Aubrey Fry again. They'll strand a run. angle, send it over here to Roach, and a clean 1 out. Down on the count 0-2. Here's a pitch, swung on a miss, and a bring miss skidoo strikeout. And Spencer chopping this one, and a little trouble filled on this one. The throw not going to be in time as Spencer outruns that. No! Swing and a miss, and that'll be a break miss. Wilson with the 1-0 off speed, sent out. Here to Boston Lish. Catches that one, quickly thrown in, keeping the 2. Popped up high, foul territory. And a web gem! Win this one. Bear River gonna go for it, and Bear River is your 4A state champion.
You got a championship title when you were a player, when you were an assistant, and now you got it as the head coach for Bear River. How's it feel?
This is the best one yet. These girls have worked so hard, and they have my whole heart. Oh, no, I just love them. They deserve it. They fought all year long, and they're just great kids.
And you guys did it in such a fun, kind of scary, stressful fashion. You take it all the way to 3. It's a back and forth battle. What was the best part of getting that title?
Honestly, I think it was a team win. Infield making plays. I mean, you have Kate in the circle and Allie. They every pitch. And I'm pretty sure she hit her 300th strikeout this season on this game. But just so proud of them. God, I don't even know what to say. Like, such a good way to end the season. And they've done it all year long, and they kept doing it. They fight, they never give up, and that's all you can ask for from a group of kids.
You guys have such a great team this year. And like we said, big, close record. You have the same record as them until this very last one. You have 5 seniors you're going to lose. Tell me a little about that, about those seniors and why you're happy they got the title.
Yeah, D Hills is an unbelievable program, and I give credit to them. They came to play, and Lulu pitched her butt off. So kudos to that program because they are amazing. But my 5 seniors, they're going to be hard to lose. I wish people would have told me when you coach that it's hard to let seniors leave. No one warned me about that one, but they're a special group, and they've got 7 coaches right here that's going to be their cheerleaders for life. So we can't wait to support them, whatever they choose to do.
And on that topic, tell me a little bit about your coaching staff this season.
I actually sent a text message to my coaches this morning that just said, hey, let's go get one. I appreciate all your hard work, sacrifice, everything else. And the end of my text said, the ultimate dream team. And I really believe that. We have the best coaching staff and the best people leading these kids, and I couldn't be more grateful as a coach.
Start by telling me what was your favorite part of this season and how it feels to be a state champ for your senior year.
Honestly, every part of our season was my absolute favorite. There was nothing that was everything was so great. And to end it on this note, it's just even better. I'm so grateful for the team that we have and the coaches that we have.
I'd say my favorite part was our first win in St. George. We started with a win and we got to end with a win, and it really is something special.
I don't know.
I don't think I could choose anything either. Like, from the beginning, I knew this program was going to be amazing. I knew that all the hard work would eventually pay off, and all the screaming and the cries and the tears and the blood, and I knew it would all pay off, and it's just such a great feeling.
I would say my favorite moment was when we moshed on the bus in St. George. That was probably, state number 1, obviously, and then the bus. I mean, we've just had such a great team all year, and we've all gotten along, and this has by far been my funnest year playing softball.
You guys have all been a huge asset for Bear River softball, especially this year. Gonna lose all 5 of you, which is gonna be a huge hit to Bear River. How did it feel to have such a good final game? Every single one of you, we could talk about all these things that you guys did right and how you just got it done. How does it feel to know that you guys gave it your all and got the title?
I think it's great because we started with a win and ended with a win, just like what Kendall or Aubrey said. And along with that too, it's such a great legacy to leave on for our younger kids, and it's such a great way to finish. And I have no words. I'm speechless.
I mean, I love the freshmen that we're playing with right now, especially those that are on the field with us. And I'm hoping that they can go and grab a 4-peat themselves, starting off with a win.
It felt so good. I love these girls, and to play with them and to finish with a win felt so good.
It's just so bittersweet because I honestly wouldn't have wanted to end it off any other way with any other team. Like, it's just was such a ride, and it's just amazing, and it'll be great to see what they do next year.
I'm just overwhelmed, I'm so glad that we won, but it's so sad leaving all our younger friends behind, but I'm just so glad we went out with a bang.
And Bella, how did it feel? They walked, both you and Lucy. How'd that feel? Just kind of that to know that they didn't want you to hit. They didn't want to give you that chance. They'd rather load up the bases.
I mean, it's a chance that they were willing to take, and I have to respect it because it is what it is. I kind of take it as an honor that they walked me just because we both respect each other and respect our abilities. And honestly, I'm not mad about it. I'm glad that my underclassman was able to hit us and walk it off for us. So either way, if I would have walked it off, it would have been great. And I'm even more thankful and even more excited that our underclassman walked it off for us.
So at the beginning of the season, you told us your goal was 10 home runs. Where did you finish?
I finished with 17. Woo! Thank you.
And you're not done. You're heading to Purdue.
Yes,
what are you looking forward to there?
I'm looking forward to everything. I'm so excited. I have some teammates there right now that I know, and I'm so excited for the next chapter in life. I'm so ready, and I'm so glad that I was able to finish it with these guys, and I can't be more grateful for anything right now. Thank you.
And then Archibald, beautiful catch out there. Earlier you had one that you were like, dang, I wish I could have got that wedge in, but you finished it off with that. Tell us what was going kind of through your mind.
I knew that Kate had pushed herself to the limits, and I knew that when that ball went up, that the best thing I could do is go and do whatever I could. So I threw my body at that ball, and I'm lucky it fell in. Fell in my mitt.
And then Aubrey, you were able to be the one to start on second. You're the one who got the run in to win it. What did that feel like, and what kind of honor was that to be able to know that you were the one that they trusted in doing that?
It was definitely an honor. I'm glad that I was able to be there for my team, but I'm also, I just felt so confident with the people who were coming up to bat. I knew we were going to score, so it felt great.
And then Boston, you didn't have like that final finish there, but you've had a good, strong season. But I feel like in this tournament, you just really stepped up, made some great plays, some great hits. Again, just how did it feel to be able to contribute that to your team?
I don't know, something about state just like fires me up. It feels like so amazing because I didn't really get playing time my sophomore year to get that state champion title, so to be able to have benefited like more than I have this whole season in this tournament is just so amazing, and it's the biggest game it's the whole deal, so it just felt great.
And then Lucy, same with you. They didn't want to let you have that opportunity to hit it. You've been a constant throughout. Again, just kind of how did that feel? Were you upset or do you like it?
I wasn't mad. I knew Marley had it, so I was like, let's go Marley. Yeah. I wasn't worried at all.
And then you also will continue. Remind us where you're going and what you're looking forward to at college level.
I'm going to Central Arizona. It's a JUCO 2-year. I'm just really excited to be out in the hot sun and play softball, the game that I love.
Wilson, like I said, every time we talk to you, phenomenal pitching, but you get it done in the 3-game series to get the win. How does it feel?
I feel great and really tired. I want to go home and go to my bed, but this is a great feeling. We worked so hard for this, and I'm so proud of my girls for working hard with me, and I'm so happy for all of us.
And I think especially as a pitcher, that's probably an exhausting, daunting thought to be like, crap, we got to go into game 3. Where was your head at, and how did you know, or what point did you think you guys had it?
I knew we had it at the beginning, at the end of the last game, because nobody was down, everybody was laughing and getting extra up and getting extra excited for one another, and I just knew right then, I was like, we are going to do this right now, and we did, and I'm so proud of them.
And so we just talked to your 5 seniors that you guys are going to lose. It's going to look like a much different team. You guys will be able to return next year, which is great. What's it going to be like to lose them?
We love them so much, and we're going to be so sad to lose them, but we're so grateful that we got to play with them for these years that we've had them for, and we just love them so much, and we're going to miss them. But I think we're going to do good.
And then Gamble, same thing, just your seniors. You're a freshman. You've been able to get some major time and do some great things this season. What's that been like?
It's been so fun, and getting close with everyone has been fun, and the seniors, we're going to miss them lots, and it's going to be hard without them, but they're going to go on and continue their softball season.
And I know throughout this whole tournament you had some great things happen, but kind of there towards the end, you get on, you got a triple, and then you did some great things to get around. Just what was that like to be able to have such a good showing?
Oh, it was so nice, because I struggled the game before, so I just knew that I had to do it for my team. I had to do it for my seniors that really knew that they wanted it, so I just had to do it for the team.
And then Marley, you come up huge with that big, beautiful hit. What was kind of some of the thoughts going through your head as bases are loaded? They walk 2 of those players. They're going to make you hit. What was kind of going through your mind?
Well, I just thought I had to get something through. Thing on the ground, I guess, in the air worked. Work pays off, and I just, yeah.
for you as the hitter, did you know that you had hit it right and that Fry was going to make it home?
Well, it was like tag, and then she was going, and I was like, let's go. I was so happy that it got through.
And then I know you're not a freshman, you're a sophomore, but it kind of feels like your first year you're injured. How's it feel to be able to come in so young and contribute in this way for a state title?
It feels good. I obviously wasn't able to play, but I learned a lot, and it feels great to be back. So yeah.
And then just keeping on that path of young players, Sammy, you're just a freshman as well. You came in after Molly got injured, and you've stepped up in a big way. Tell us what that has been like to have that kind of pressure put on you. And
doing it all for my team because they work their butts off, and just trusting my team and just doing it all for my team because without them, I would have been here than me to do my job. So yeah.
And again, great showing throughout, but one of those highlights is that web gem as you flew in here and caught that ball. Just tell us what it's like to have a highlight like that.
I don't know. I feel like a bunch of us all have highlights, so that was just the one. I saw it up and I was like, okay, I just got to go all out for it, and I made the catch, and I was super pumped. And then Kate, she came over, and she was so pumped. So I'm glad I got the team up, and just all for the team, I guess.
And you guys, well, not all of you, but you're a freshman with your freshman crew. How do you guys plan to be four-time state champions for as the seasons continue?
Just to put the work in because the work pays off, and just, I don't know, just having fun, because without it being fun, it's not very, I don't know, it's not really fun to play. So just doing it all for the team as well.
Tune in weekly for more Talk of the Town.